Hi everyone, Adam with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Inno Aero Crossbar roof rack system on our 2019 Honda Odyssey. So this is going to be a great addition to your Odyssey here, just because we have a lot of passengers that we can be carrying in our Odyssey, and without adding a little bit of length to the back of our vehicle, we don't really have an option to get some of that cargo out. This way, with these bars, we can either have a T-track accessory like a cargo box or a cargo basket, or something that simply just wraps around to get some of that cargo out of the inside of your vehicle and up here, just because whenever we're going on any sort of long trips, the more room that each of your passengers has, the better. So one of the best features about these feet are just the fact that they do come with locking cores. A lot of them you have to purchase separately, but the fact that we have the tool that is already connected, it's very, very easy. It's plenty of meat, so you don't really have to worry about putting a lot of strain on your fingers whenever you're tightening it down. There's a pretty big knob there, and that gets a nice secure fit. It has a little steel piece that kind of comes around, but it is coated in rubber, so you don't have to worry about it damaging your factory rails. So at first glance, these caps are pretty stylish compared to some of the others that you may see. You just got a little pretty piece right here, and that kind of differentiates it from the others. But the fact that we do have a very aerodynamic shape, so it is going to not really add a whole lot of drag to your vehicle when these are installed. And the T-track accessory, we don't have to take out this rubber piece or cut it. All we have to do is just kind of push it down a little bit just to slide those accessories into place. And whenever we're done, this thing snaps on real easily, and it stays on there pretty tight. So the bars that we have on here right now are going to be about 54 inches long, and then the front one's going to be about 57 inches long. We only have about a little less than 4 inches of overhang from the foot here on each side, but we can actually go a little bit bigger, which would be a 57 and a 60-inch bar. But let's go ahead and do some measurements just to see how much height we are adding to our factory bars. In this instance, it's about 2.5 inches, and then we'll do a measurement from the top of our roof to the bottom of the bar, which is going to be about 2 3/4 inches, and then from the top of our roof to the top of our bar, which is a little shy of 4 inches. And don't worry about losing functionality of your sunroof. It opens without any problems hitting our bars here, and it really doesn't add a whole lot of height. It's a little bit taller than our back antenna here, so you don't really have to worry a whole lot about that. But if you do put an accessory on top of there, definitely re-measure just in case you go through a very, very low ceilinged parking garage, or even just a garage that you guys have. Just be mindful of that. So to compare these to another system that Inno does have, one of them is the flush feet. So these right here are the through feet. So that means that the bars are going to come out a little bit farther after your feet, but the flush feet are actually going to be a shorter bar, but you won't really have this overhang at all. So if that's something that you guys think you might want, go ahead and check out the video that we made on it just to see exactly if that's exactly what you guys want. But all in all, it gets the job done, and it's pretty simple to install, so let's just go ahead and do that now. So the first thing we want to do is take our bars, and see how this is sliding? There's a little stopper right here. We want to press in that stopper and just keep it going that way. We're going to do that on both sides. What that's going to allow us to do, it's going to give us that slot open, and then we take our foot, and I just usually just loosen this a little bit just so I can get this strap out like that. And this is the part that we need to make come up, and all we have to do is just pretty much just push that up like that. And then this is the fun part. You just kind of just slid into that slot, and then you should be able to slide it all the way out like that. We're going to do that same process on the other side of our bar, just like this, just like that, and we should be ready to go. So now we can just take our bar. I already put the one up on our back here. We could just go ahead and just make sure that the thicker part of our bar is going to be facing forward and the thinner part facing backwards. That's going to help us with our airflow whenever we're driving down the road. Just do your best to kind of just lay it up there. We are going to have some overhang on both sides, but once we kind of get it seated on the factory rails how we want them, then we'll go ahead and make it nice and even. So if we can't reach this little slot here, we do want to keep loosening it until we can do so. Just like this. And tighten that up just a little bit, just so it doesn't fall out on us, and we can still move these across. It might be a good idea to get a measuring tape out, make sure we have an even distribution on both sides between our back bar and front bar, and also our overhang on each side. And if everything's good, then you can go ahead and just start twisting that knob to the right and get everything nice and tight. So the nice thing about this knob here is it's going to be our tool, and it's already attached. And when we're not tightening or loosening, all it does is flip down like that. Then we can go ahead and grab our caps here and lock them into place. So now with everything all done, we can go ahead and put on our pretty caps here. And we can do that for all the other sides, and we're pretty much ready to roll. Well, everyone, that just about does it for a look at the Inno Aero Crossbar Roof Rack system on our 2019 Honda Odyssey.